Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Alex's After Art Show. Today we're doing Dhalsim, which means we're doing that type of yoga that allows you to stretch your limbs to a laughable size and breathe fire, which is a thing apparently. And yeah, this might be a quick one. There, I said it. And it's because you'll see the pose is a little small, so it could be quick, who knows. I've given up trying to think of these as in terms of time these days, because rare is it that they're actually quick. Usually speaking, they are inordinately long. But yeah, roll the intro, I guess, and then we'll get into it. Okay, so I'm going to start removing all these characters, which shouldn't take very long this time, to remove the characters that I don't need anyways. Because yeah, Dhalsim, as you can see right there, I tried to point with my hand. As you can see, Dhalsim does not take up a large amount of space of the page, and thus it's kind of hard to say how long this will take. I forgot to get my black, so I'll do that very quickly here. We're getting to that point where I'm at nearly at the, well, it's 1.25 gigs is the size of this currently, so we're dealing with pretty large size. I did actually take it. But yeah, so here's Dhalsim. He's going to slightly cover Charlie's hand. And a little bit of his knee too. But yeah, as you can see, he's pretty small, so I may as well remove the rest of these characters. I don't really need them. I don't really need them for the purposes of this. But yeah, he does not take up very much space, so it's hard to say. This might be very quick, might take all day, because he is reasonably detailed. I don't know if I used reference for this. I did. And yeah, so I mean, obviously, because Dhalsim is very, very thin, this was one of where it was mostly subtracting from the reference, if memory serves me. I also have to get my reference up because I forgot to do that. Yeah, I was good about it for the last few episodes. I was very good about remembering how to do this stuff, but it's been about a week now, and I don't remember anymore. Right, there we go. Yeah, I have to say, the skulls, I don't fully understand, but I'm not one to argue with the design. So yeah, it's weird how a lot of his colors are very muted in the art for Marvel vs. Capcom 2. They're very muted as compared to a lot of the other characters. So I'm probably gonna have to play it by ear with some of this stuff. I also had to draw feet within some amount of complexity, and drawing a thin person's feet as well, which is a different story. Yeah, his hands are a little small. I might make his fingers a little bit bigger, because he does have very small hands. The more I look at them, they are very small. So yeah, I think that's one thing which I'm gonna change. I'm gonna make his hands a little bigger. I suppose this is the benefit of doing these base sketches so long before I actually do the videos, is that I get to look at them with fresh eyes and see what needs to be changed, i.e. in this instance, his tiny baby hands. But yeah, because Dhalsim has quite big hands in a lot of the art. Excuse me, my voice is going a little bit. But yeah, I think I won't dawdle too much longer, and I think I'll just get into it. And yeah, I suppose I'll be back after I've done the details. Because yeah, as it stands, there's not a huge amount that I really need to change or anything like that. The skulls look fine. The his rings and all that stuff are fine. The face paint looks fine. Yeah, his face is kind of alright. It's just the hands, that's the only thing I need to change. Even his feet are fine. But yeah, I do just need to make his hands a little bigger. And I think that's about it. Because even his arms are very thin, so they need to kind of remain that way. He can stand to be a little thinner, because this here is looking a little strange. But yeah, I suppose you'll see how I fix that over the course of the sped up time. But anyways, yes, I will get into it now. Okay, so that is our details done. Now it is time for our dots, which might actually, yeah, this shouldn't take too long, I don't think. I mean, I made his hands a little bigger. They're not considerably larger. They're just enough that, like, you might have seen me do it, but this is rough. That's as compared to your face. That's about usually your hand can cover your face, something like that, more or less. And I made his hands about big enough to do that, so I kind of measured it out so that they could at least cover his face at full spread. So that was, you might have seen me doing that. That was why. And yeah, again, the feet, they're fine. Drawing feet is a pain in the ass for me. It takes ages for me to do it. And yeah, it's mostly because feet are weird looking and they're incredibly detailed. So that is part of why it takes so long for me to do that. It's the same thing with legs. Legs has never been a thing I've been particularly good at, I find. But yeah, anyways, now it's dots, and then not long after that it will be colors. So I have the percentage done, which means I now need to get the brush, and then I will go and do that. So we will continue. Okay, there is our dots. Now it is time for the colors, which means, yeah, we're nearly there. And this is predominantly just going to be skin tone, because he's practically naked. And then we're going to color those baby skulls in a little while. 4 colors. So there's what? There's the silver, or there's the skin tone, this is the red face paint. Then there's the silver, then there's the beigey color, the brown of the rope. Here, the brown of the rope around his waist. And then the skull color. So there's a handful, 5 or 6. Not many, this shouldn't take too long. Yeah, brace yourself, we're about to get very blue all of a sudden. Bam. And yeah, I'm gonna need to make a new skin tone because I don't have any skin tones similar to his, I don't think. No, I'll need something which is kind of a bit of a paler color, I think. A bit of a reddish kind of paler color. So, say somewhere about here, and then bring it down to about there-ish. Yeah. Maybe a little lighter. A little fuller. So yeah, we're gonna want it to be not too red. Maybe there. Maybe let's try that and see how that looks. I might change it. Who knows? I might change it in a bit. But yeah, we'll give that a try, and I'll be back whenever I'm done the colors. Okay, so that is our colours done, which means now it is time for the shading, which, God knows, who knows, it might be quick. I mean, this has been reasonably quick. We're still under 2 hours, which is it's better than usual, but it's ordinarily like not considerably lower than our usual time. But yeah, I went with overall the colours are. Like, a lot of it is pretty bright, which, I mean, he's a good guy, so generally I use brighter colors on good guys, but stuff like the beige color of his wrist and ankle wrap, and then his trunks are, it's a little dull, but I thought it'd look a little too distracting if it was really bright yellow. In a lot of in the art for Marvel vs. Capcom 2, it is quite dull. Pretty much everything but the red is really dull in that art, so I decided to maybe take just that bit because I think that works, the kind of dullness of that, but the rest should be a little brighter, I think. But yeah, we'll do the shading. I felt like we had gone too far there, but it's just quite a trek now from the far left to the direct middle. Because yeah, I mean, and then just over here is the end. So I mean, we're getting there. We've only got a handful left. You can probably hear kids screaming outside because it's still bright and it's late. So that's the kind of situation we're dealing with now. But yeah, I will do this and then do the light line, and that'll be us. Okay, that is our shading done. So now it is the time for the light line, and then that will be us. Then that is Dhalsim done. have to reorganize some stuff here because the setup does disintegrate over time, more or less. In that, yeah, the way I have to have this set up is, I'll try and paint a picture for you. So right down directly below me here is the tablet, which is why I have to lean over like this whenever I'm drawing. And then over here, directly underneath the monitor, is the keyboard jammed in between the bottom of the monitor and the top of the tablet. And then stuck in between some of the cables of the tablet and then the keyboard is the mic. And just over time, all of this just kind of drifts downward, and eventually it will collapse. So there is a certain amount of this of where I prefer not to take too long because it will literally just fall apart in front of me. But yeah, so the microphone needs to be moved every now and then just to kind of prevent it from collapsing because the legs of the microphone also suck. So that's another element of this which is just a true nightmare. But yeah, anyways, after my ramblings of technical things, it is now time to do our light line, and that will be us. I didn't even make this the right size. Oh well. Yeah, let me double check that I've done all this right. So the pale part is on the left, dark part is on the right, and then the light line is on the right as well. Okay, so I will do this, and then that will be us. Okay. Okay, so that is us. That is the light line completed, which means we are finished. Which means that is Dhalsim done. But yeah, I feel like that came out well enough. His hands are still a little small, and I feel like for whatever reason, even though I did like them properly, I feel like the delineation there isn't quite so clear as I might like. Hang on a second, I'm gonna go back. Oh Jesus, too much. I'm gonna go back in there and have a see if I can emphasize this a touch more, so that it just stands out a tiny bit more. Give it some heavy light line, and that'll maybe do it. Yeah, there we go. There it goes. There, it looks a little bit better now. Okay, so yep, that is us complete. So I will do the yeah, I'm gonna turn off the blue now. So mind your eyes. So bam. But yeah, right. So we're gonna zoom out now. It's just really jarring. It's just really jarring when I do that, I think. But yeah, let me see now. Who is next after Dhalsim? I think after Dhalsim, I think it is. It is whom? It is War Machine, I think. Yeah, I think I have to flash him on screen here for a second, so you're just gonna have to bear with me here as I turn all these other characters back on, because that leaves us at what character? 45? 45, I think. But yeah, I believe War Machine is next. Yes, War Machine is next. Okay, so. And yes, we learned this last time that I actually can't zoom in any more than the 6%. So yes, War Machine is our next character. But yeah, that is us completed for today. So we've got how many characters left? We've got what? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5 more Capcom characters left and 6 more Marvel characters left. So we're getting there, and yeah, I mean, this was the total of 2.5 hours, so it's a usual length. I was going to do this yesterday, which, well, record it the day previous than the day I did now, because I don't record these on the day. But, yeah, I was going to do this the day previous, but I didn't have as much time, so it's a good idea that I did it today, just for the sake of having more time. But yeah, yeah, I think that I will just sign off, and that will be us. So yeah, if you like the video, do what you normally do, whether that be liking or whatever it is that you normally do. It doesn't bother me much if you choose not to like it. So if you did like the video, I would certainly appreciate it. But if you would, for whatever reason, prefer not to, that's fine. And yeah, if you want to subscribe, go for it. The button's there, you know where it is. But if you choose not to subscribe, I mean, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. And yeah, if you choose to watch the next video, I will see you next time. So, with all that said, I will say goodbye, and that'll be us. But yeah, okay, yeah. This has become a thing now. Just for whatever reason, pumping back my sleeves is now a thing. But yeah, anyways, with all that said, I'll say goodbye. So yeah, bye bye.